It was all good.
Hey, we live. Now let me figure this out right quick.
Of course we are. The question is, can you hear us, Jokes? Clearly not.
Clearly he can.
He broke it. He broke it.
Oh
What it
my
do, Snackers and
gosh.
Snackette? It's your boy Gage. Jokes is somewhere. Sin is here though.
I'm here. I'm president accounted for.
Hey, check this out. This is where we get together once a week and we talk about things that are happening in video games because cutscenes are.
Best part of the game.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell you how much smoother that is when only one of y'all tries to say it. Get him out of here, man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what he did to break what he broke. Just before the show went live, we could hear everything. Is that it? Look at him. Does he have a new headset? Because I don't see him. From the headset.
Jazz, Tony, y'all in chat. Can y'all hear us right now? Just so we know at least.
I can't hear either one of them right now. It's the weirdest thing right now.
Yeah. You know what? Somebody tell him to tune into the show so he can hear like y'all can hear. You know what I mean? Like
Terrible.
this. What?
Terrible.
What is happening here?
Poking with buttons he shouldn't be.
Who knows? Like messing with headphones he shouldn't get to do something new.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Maybe gotta look at his face all close to the screen. Look at him. Hey, listen, Heather, I'm glad you can hear. He can't hear us, so I can't do the show together. You know what I mean? Like,
and Jazz says he's going in and out for her. Like, I don't know what he.
All right, I don't know what that was. Now I can hear y'all. I don't know what that was. I sure can. Yeah, I most certainly can hear y'all. Hey, show must go on. I didn't do anything that time. I'm not doing anything. Hold up.
Clearly.
Okay, now it should be fine.
Should it be fine now?
It should be fine
hear us now? Because
chat, can y'all let us know if it's fine?
It's fine.
Because we can't go by what Jokes is saying.
Right. Fix itself muted me. Can y'all hear me now? I don't understand what's going on. You know what I mean? Is this an Among Us thing? Is this because of that?
I think so.
You know what I mean? Because you sus right now, sir. You real sus. All right. So let's try this again. Jokes is in the building.
Hey.
All right. I guess. So check it out. I appreciate y'all sticking with us through our technical difficulties or our jokes difficulties or whatever.
What it is.
Let's talk about Fortnite again for the umpteenth.
Yeah, pretty much.
So on Tuesday's show, on Weekly, where we talk about pop culture, I briefly talked about how they ended the Fortnite season by bringing Galactus as the big bad. How I thought that might have some ties to the MCU or whatever. But let's talk about Fortnite and what they did, and the deal that it seems like they've made. So, you guys, did either of you? Now, when I talked to y'all on Tuesday, neither of you had actually seen what happened with Galactus. Have either of you actually seen that yet?
Nope.
I've seen like the beginning with him like kind of walking towards everybody, but that was about that. It completely slipped my mind until just now.
Mm-hmm.
That it happened.
Okay, so here's the deal. It's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty dope what they did. You know what I'm saying? I called my child to ask her how it went. She said it was cool. We got to fly the bus. She was psyched. And if you watched it, basically what happened is
I'm running it right now, just silent.
I knew that's what you was doing. But basically what happened is Galactus shows up, takes a swipe at you. It knocks you out of the air. Iron Man shows up. What's up, kid? Looks like you need a backpack. Gives you a little Iron Man backpack so you can fly. You know what I mean? And y'all start shooting and da-da-da, whatever. Eventually, that stops working. And they're trying to get you to do enough damage to basically, like, warp him, like, pull him into this zone or whatever. And eventually, they put you in the bus. And you just see all these different buses lined up. And you actually have control over the bus. And you're flying towards them and all that. Starts paying more attention to you or whatever. You end up actually flying up. It looks like the trench run from Star Wars. They had me flying up his arm. You know what I'm saying? Like shooting him and stuff like that. It's pretty cool, man, what they did. And I feel like Fortnite, for being something that was getting a lot of grief for copycatting PUBG, for quote unquote stealing the PUBG Battle Royale formula, because
they're better with it.
Fortnite was nothing like what it is. I just think they have set the precedent across the board, not just in a battle royale or in a free-to-play game, but across the board on what like seasonal content should look like.
Yeah. They end their seasons phenomenally. Like months ago when they like just kind of ended it all and just with everything, that was great. Even though people were pissed off because they didn't know, but that was just a great way to end it. And then start up a new season, keep it going.
Yeah. And really kind of refresh this, because here's the thing. You would think that without having a new map or a bunch of different maps, that it would lose its touch. But it seems like the size of the map and the slight changes they make to the map consistently allow people to have such a good grip on where stuff is and how you find stuff and what you have to do and whatever, that it actually seems to keep people ingrained. You know what I mean? Like, I'm used to seeing stuff launch and they want to have 10 maps, 12 maps, you know what I mean? And have them on a rotation and you're getting in and out and, you know, whatever. And I think in something other than a battle royale, it works really well, but Fortnite just seems to have hit on the formula. So basically, Galactus is over. The Marvel season is over. We get the new season, and they drop the Mando on us.
They do. Mando, Fortnite. Okay.
I mean, it's all the same, right? It's a deal with Disney. They had Marvel, which is Disney. Now Star Wars, which is Disney. But here's the thing. It would appear as though what they're doing this time is they are supposed to be pulling the greatest hunters of all time to try to help hunt down something in particular. So Mando is one of the greatest hunters. And if you play and you hit level 100, like, you can get the armor, you can get the Beskar armor and put it on, wear it on your shoulder and start kind of building everything up. There's a way to go in and like actually fight and find Mando. If you hit level 100, you get the Baby Yoda backpack joint. We're just gonna call him Grogu, even though we don't like Grogu, but we're gonna call him Grogu out of respect. My daughter's pissed.
What's she pissed about, his name?
She's pissed about this. So this is what happened. So last night, I called her, say, hey, listen, I know you had a good time fighting. At the time when I talked to her about Galactus, they hadn't revealed what the new thing was. You know what I'm saying? What the new season was. So I called her last night. I said, did you see what they doing on Fortnite? She was like, yeah. This actually, let me rewind a little bit. So yesterday they had an awards assembly. She was sending me pictures during the day. I was at work, so I couldn't really watch the awards assembly. She had honor roll. So I called her.
Congrats.
And I said to her, thank you. I'm proud of you. And she said, for what? So I said, I mean, I guess for hitting a level 180 in Fortnite and making the honor roll. Like, you know what I mean? And she goes, oh, bought that battle pass and I don't like it. I said, what do you mean you don't like it? She said, I don't like it. It's like Star Wars and stuff. I said, hold on. You didn't know what it was before you bought the battle pass? She said, nah, yeah, I knew. I said, well, why'd you buy it then? She said, so I could get more V-Bucks. I said, hold on.
Wait.
I said, hold on. Didn't you use V-Bucks to buy the battle pass? She's like, yeah. That's all right. Listen, hold on. Let's do this. Let's have class for a second.
She never fails.
How many V-Bucks does a battle pass cost? Now, I already know the answer to this, but
Cool.
she said 950.
Okay.
I said, okay. You spent 950 V-Bucks so you could get more V-Bucks. Yeah. All right, hold on. And now you're mad because you feel like you don't like the content. Like it doesn't feel as good. I said, did you lose your content from the last one? You still got all your skins on it? She's like, yeah. I know, everything's fine. Like I can still play with all my stuff. And okay. So why don't you you got the battle pass. Why don't you play? She was like, I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. That sounds like something I would say.
Okay.
I said, but if you weren't feeling it and you knew what it was, why'd you buy the battle pass when you already had V-Bucks? Like you have V-Bucks. So now you got to earn your V-Bucks back that you spent. I said, didn't you earn enough V-Bucks in the last season to afford the battle pass? She said, yeah. I said, so then if you didn't want this battle pass, you could have just held on to your bucks. And then you can get the next one. She was like, yeah, but the next season don't end until March. Okay. What's the problem is? What's the problem? So you don't like Baby Yoda? You know what I'm saying? You're like, nah, I mean, it's fine. Like, what do you got against stormtroopers? I mean, I don't know, it's fine. So what's the problem? Did anybody else? Did your friends buy the battle pass? Sam, now I'm thinking, did your friends buy the battle pass? She said, well, my cousin did. I said, oh, okay. So you bought the battle pass because your cousin bought the battle pass. Y'all decided. You did, you know what I mean? She was like, nah. She got the battle pass because I got the battle pass. Wait a minute.
Oh, okay.
You don't want the battle pass. So I don't understand. She was like, nah, I mean, I was going to buy it, and I was saying I wasn't sure. We was on the phone together, and I was like, are you getting the battle pass? And she was like, I don't think I'm going to get the battle pass. And then I was like, I think I'm going to get the battle pass. And then she was like, all right, I'm going to get the battle pass. And I said, sound like y'all waste y'all V-Bucks.
Pretty much.
Let me tell you how Fortnite works. Because it's working.
Very well.
Because when I talked to her today, guess what she was doing?
Playing that battle pass. Trying to get them skins in.
And I was like, are you having fun? And she was like, I mean, I guess so. I got it, so I might as well play it. I said, listen, let me tell you something. Your uncles and I have definitely bought games that the other ones didn't necessarily want because we was like, we're going to be playing together. So it'll probably be a good time. You know what I'm saying? Sin, aren't there multitudes of examples?
Yes.
Where one of us was like, you know what? I think this joint will be fun if we play together.
Yes.
Are you going to spend the 60? If you spend the 60,
we've had plenty of those
I'll
questions.
spend the 60. But then I'd be like, but are we going to play this joint? And usually you'll be like, I mean, yeah, if we both got it, we're going to play it. Now, we don't have these kinds of conversations with jokes. Because jokes don't play nothing. And jokes, listen, I know we say this a lot. But I feel like we should get to the bottom of this.
Facts.
Because you do play a lot. You play games a lot. You just don't play games with us.
Yeah.
You don't play really good games with us a lot. Like, what's the problem is? You want to play Fortnite? We all have Fortnite.
Nah, because most of the time when I play games, like I'm playing in like multiplayer and like online, like multiplayer type stuff, and that's not really y'all thing as much. So like
we play a lot of co-op stuff. You like to
Yeah.
play a lot of versus stuff.
So like I be in Crucible, I be in Gambit, I play Call of Duty, same thing. Like I be in the multiplayer. I play more of that stuff, and I know that's not y'all forte as much. And I think that
Alex said you garbage at all of it.
I
Hey,
think he did.
Ellis still hasn't gotten on that. What is it he wants to do? Halo and all that stuff. We haven't even figured that out.
He didn't call people out on everything.
That's because he's mostly a PlayStation guy. Look, so here's the deal.
Sucks for him.
Yeah, you're right. So look, Mando. So Kratos is coming. Kratos is gonna be a skin. So Kratos is coming.
Saw that.
I see that Cuddy put Master Chief in there. I don't know that that's happening. I didn't see anything about that.
I heard that, but I didn't know if that was a true thing. Because when they said Kratos first, I was just like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I would like to see a Kratos in Master Chief interaction, but
I don't know about Jokes Jazz, but me and Gage have destroyed Army of
Bruh.
Two.
All the Army of Two.
All of them.
We was making masks,
What?
uploading joints online.
Yeah.
You better
we
believe
did
I
all.
got Spider-Man masks and Army of Two.
What?
I was
Yeah, Iron Man and War
ready for us to
Machine
replay
joints.
Army of Two like a week ago.
Yeah, once they did EA Play in the Game Pass.
Listen, my man said Master Chief is facts.
nope.
Somebody look it up.
I just pulled it up. That joint is on Forbes.
Told you.
That joint made Forbes.
Hey, listen, there was no way it was going to be. I mean, listen, the relationship that Epic has, although they do have a specific deal with Sony, which is a little tricky. It's no way they were going to do a PlayStation specific character and not do an Xbox specific character.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, who's left?
Nintendo.
Are we getting a James Bond? Who are the hunters?
Oh,
We getting Predator?
Hmm.
We got to get a Predator,
I was thinking that.
right? How do you, if you're calling, or they're supposed to be going against?
You bring one of the assassins from like Assassin's Creed, like Ezio or something.
It would have to be
Ezio.
Ezio. It would have to be Ezio. Although they could tie it in with Valhalla just because that's what the thing
Right,
is
because
now.
that's what it is, yeah.
Well, let's keep it a buck. Ezio's the guy. You know what I mean? Yeah, both of them Army of Two joints. Honestly, sort of. They're like sevens. And I mean, sixes or sevens. But in playing them joints together,
Oh yeah,
y'all like 9 or 10. Like,
it definitely.
the idea of a game actually built for co-op from the ground up is what drew us to Army of Two in the first place. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Hitman, I'm pretty sure Agent 47 is gonna show up. So that's my thing is right now. See, so that's a lot of video game characters, but clearly with Mando in it, they're not just sticking
They're
to
branching
video
out.
game. So who? Hey, listen. If my man from Taken show up, what's popping?
Nah,
Man.
He the best hunter. Now we got real talk. Like we gotta get. I think Predator has to happen, right?
I agree.
I agree.
Or they have to be going against Predator or something like that in some way. Like if all of the hunters are coming together, what are they coming together to hunt?
Yeah.
Do we get Craven? I mean, the Bama's name is Craven's the hunter.
Yes.
Yeah.
They do got a relationship with Disney, so
Yeah, I mean the Disney Marvel thing is clearly already a thing.
They
That
could.
does mean having to have technically a villain as a, but I mean that wouldn't be impossible. What's up, Perk? Nah, I missed it, Perk. What did you tag us on Twitter? I've been busy playing Spider-Man today. I'm trying to finish that joint. I'm literally, I swear I'm on the last mission right now, and you know, the show is interrupting it.
Got it.
I swear I am. But I had to stop and do a couple of other things, which we're going to talk about, which is actually the real reason why I didn't quite finish. Yeah, I mean, look, I think Fortnite, whatever it is that Epic is able to do in working these deals, I think that's also one of the things that other games that are looking to stay in that field and have.
Salute, Perk. Damn.
Oh snap! I appreciate that.
Yeah,
That's
appreciate
real,
it.
right?
Love. Yeah.
All right, that probably means people have to go vote. So I should probably look into that right away.
Yeah,
Should probably look at that right away. Definitely
But
appreciate that.
I agree with you though, B, about Fortnite. I think people who are all these companies who are adopting the season pass kind of model should start looking at what Fortnite is doing, especially as far as like how they're starting to bring them to a close, big events happening in them. Like, I think that's the way to go with season passes going forward in the future.
I think one of the things is the kind of money that Epic has and how big Fortnite is and how it affords them the ability to actually pull in franchises like Marvel, like DC, like Star Wars, you know what I mean? Have characters like Kratos. I mean, you're more or less currently turning Fortnite into Smash Brothers. I mean,
Hey,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's just skins, but I get exactly what you're saying. Yeah, you've seen all these different characters run around together from different properties.
Again, Perp, that's a good look. You don't have to vote, but all right. Greatly appreciate it. I will definitely be looking at that for sure. I super appreciate that. So look, I want to talk briefly. There's a really, 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 really beautiful, pretty game called Haven that came out today. And we played it when they did the E3 like download demo event. We had a chance to mess around with it, and it was dope then. Let me tell you something about the opening of this game. I don't even really want to talk about nothing. The game's not hard. It's an RPG. It's very different.
During that time, we downloaded those different games. That was my favorite one that I played. Like, I definitely was looking forward to this coming out.
Well, here's the thing. Everybody else got to pay for it. Game Pass, day one. Make the grab it.
Game
Make the grab
Pass for the win again.
Yeah, real talk. Like they're really doing something with it. And I'm gonna tell you what, like the intro to it in and of itself is like a 80s inspired animated take on me aha video. It's got color though. That joint is dope, bruh. It's dope. So I decided playing Miles Morales for a little bit to mess around with that. Listen, if you like RPGs at all, or if you just kind of want to see something that's different, that isn't the same as everything else, especially if you got Game Pass, I highly recommend jumping in, checking it out. While I was also playing Miles Morales earlier today, which I have more or less been at all day, though I did stop to eat a McRib.
I saw that.
I saw that too.
And when you saw that, I was like, man, I want to stop at McDonald's, but I had to get back home first.
Oh, nah. Well, I Uber Eats the joint. And I'm definitely doing it again tomorrow. And I'm thinking about getting another one tonight. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Them Jones crush. I will say this: loading snacks approved, not loading snacks certified.
Barbecue sauce.
I can tell the picture. Like no.
God, dog, there's sauce everywhere in that joint.
That's before or after you game.
So I was talking with you. I'd see him a lot of times in the chat. I was talking with Ellis. Ellis gave me a call. We were having some business stuff or whatever. And he was giving me a hard time about not having beat Miles Morales because he claims last night he looked at my PSN profile and saw that I was only 21% complete. And I was like, you're lying, dog, because I'm like 60% complete. I'm playing the joint right now. And he was like, nah, but like your trophies are only like 21% complete. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to platinum this joint. Okay? But here's the deal. He was like, why haven't you finished that joint? And I know it's a short game, you know. I was like, because there's other stuff to do. I'm busy because Black Friday weekend was last week and I worked retail and I worked 6 days in a row, stupid hours and whatever.
Right.
And I'm tired. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm exhausted. So it is what it is. And somewhere between that and doing this and whatever, just like, yes, we play games, but then I also let Grand Theft get in the way a little bit because we had to go get some money, which we're going to do again as soon as we get over there. Ain't that right, Sam? Jokes, you don't know nothing about that. But we are getting on again as soon as this joint is over.
What, less than a week, we got things to buy.
Gotta go get this money.
We got things to buy.
But listen, so then he was like, yeah, but I don't, like, if you don't know Spider-Man's my thing, I don't know what you've been watching. But I have some issues with Miles Morales. I'm past the I'm more or less past the idea that they tried to sell this like it was a full actual separate game. I mean, there's a lot of content there, but it isn't what the original Spider-Man was. It's basically DLC content for that game, really. And he was like, "What's taking you so long? Like the story's like maybe 8 hours." I'm like, "Dog, listen, you have to understand the way I play stuff. Okay, I need to do all the side mission stuff before I finish the game, because once I finish the game, I'm out. I'm not coming back. I'm all the way out. Okay, and oh nah, hey, listen, we gonna finish that heist. No more mistakes. It's cool. Everybody's on point. So we'll get in. Listen." Ty hit us, said he got a joint ready to go. We're going to knock his out. Then we knock yours out. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? We'll just knock yours out too, Cuddy. So here's my issue. There are a lot of suits in this game, and they're all pretty dope. And I want them all. I want them all. Some of the suits are tied specifically to story progression. Many of the suits are tied to side mission stuff, doing different activities around the city, completing certain things, whatever.
Right, pretty much like the first one.
Just like the first one, okay? Right. I am hot and bothered by the fact that there's not only a suit that you can't get until you complete the game, but there are abilities you can't use until you complete the game. There are abilities that are in your skill tree. They are specifically tied to New Game Plus.
Wow.
I hate when they do
so
that
essentially, you want me to come back and replay the whole game to get 2 abilities and a new outfit. Not gonna happen. Much as I would like, I'm gonna finish it and I'm gonna jump in and I'm gonna see it. I'm not playing that joint again.
Yeah, I hate stuff like that. The Arkham franchise and the Yakuza franchise are notorious with that, where you don't get like outfits and all that kind of stuff until you've already beaten the game. But I'm like, I beat it. I'm not going back. I've already done everything.
Yeah, why would you? Listen, I feel the same way about certain things. Like the newer Assassin's Creed games have done that to me, where like in like Brotherhood, Assassin's Creed, like you could go and complete all the stuff and like get all the feathers. And that would actually open an outfit for you. But that outfit actually had gameplay
attached to it.
Tied to it. You know what I mean? Like it gave you abilities. Same thing with a lot of the outfits, in Spider-Man. When you open a new suit, a lot of times it opens new abilities for you too that you can turn on and off, which I think is dope. That you can turn them on and off and switch abilities. They're not tied specifically to that suit in order for you to have a specific ability. I think that's brilliant. It's just like the first game. But the other thing is, this game is just like the first game. So as much as I like the first game, and as much as I like this story more than I like the story in the first game, it just still feels like I'm playing the same thing. So I don't feel like it's as important. Like when that last joint, I couldn't put that joint down. I wouldn't stop playing that joint, platinum that joint. It's the first platinum I got because I generally don't. But it was Spider-Man and the joint was dope and I wanted the platinum. This joint doesn't feel that way. I enjoy the game, but it's still basically the same. It's a lot of the same combat. You do have new abilities and stuff like that, but it didn't motivate me the way the other one did. I really just want to see the end of the story. It's the collector in me and so forth that's like, once I get done, I want to come back. And it feels like they have this set up for them to add DLC to it. Like they did the last one.
Okay.
So even though this is technically a smaller game that's only 8 hours, that probably was originally just going to be DLC for the first game. And I don't know if they decided to pull it and make it something so they could really push it for a PlayStation 5 thing or not. You know what? The voice acting really doesn't bother me so much. But no, they don't have strong New York accents at all. But they didn't in the first one. There's a couple people like walking around the city.
You could tell had that accent.
Or like maybe in it, like maybe, but like the main characters, nah. But I mean, try to act like Peter Parker in the MCU sounds like he's from. You know what I'm saying? Like him, him and Captain America having a conversation about being from Brooklyn versus Queens.
It don't sound like it.
One of them sound like they both sound like they from Connecticut or something. Like I like they don't.
Yeah.
It's just not a thing. So, you know, I don't know. Hey, listen, Ty is a little trigger happy, but listen, but it's cool. Like it's gonna be fine, y'all. It's gonna be fine. This is not gonna take us the hours it took us the last time. We're gonna body this joint. Trust me. I feel good about it. So yeah, so I think that's one of the big issues for me in the game, and I'm gonna finish it as soon as we get off Grand Theft. I'm not going to bed tonight till it's done. Just going. Right. It is what it is. I'm gonna put the kibosh on it. It might not be today from a 24-hour standpoint. Depends on how these heists go. Nah, Sin. Hey, Sin. Try to act like you wasn't part of the problem on that last go round.
Had one problem.
Nah, I'm gonna let the chat handle it. I ain't doing this with you. I'm gonna let the chat handle it. I'm gonna let the chat handle it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, B, yeah. You want to hear that real like Harlem, but it's also, you know, I mean, here's what I do dig. I do dig the atmosphere in the game. I do dig the atmosphere. There's a whole big thing with like Black Lives Matter. There's an entire mural. Like as you finish these, what is cool about it is that they do show you the difference between who Miles is as a character versus who Peter is as a character, not just in his age, but in his heritage and like things that are important to him, things that matter to him. So it's like it makes sense that like in the last game, when you needed to go and like complete certain types of crimes and do certain bonus things with each kind of crime, you just kind of had to swing around the city and hope for the best and wait till something happened. And in this, what they've done is basically his right-hand man Genki has designed an app, and they have an app that people can go on and say, hey, there's something going on. Spider-Man, can you come help us? And so basically you can go into the app and be like, oh, this kind of crime is happening, and just go do that kind of crime, which is smart and it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Hey, yo, listen. We not what camera? Nah, I need my Spidey. Get out of here, dog. I can't, yo. I be swinging city. Nah, we not no camera. The music in the game is fire. Again, like, listen, they took a lot of lessons from the Spider-Verse movie, and they just imported them into this game. A lot of the same artists from the Spider-Verse soundtrack are the artists on this game. They have missions tied to the fact that Miles, as a 17-year-old high school student living in New York, makes beats. You know what I mean? They have missions that are tied specifically to that. You know what I'm saying? Capturing sounds of the city and turning it into a track and all that kind of stuff. Like, there's some really cool, super cool stuff. And I'm going to just throw it out there. My man got a Lotus Snacks suit. A purple and green jump. Purple suit with the green spider. Like, it's all day. All day. Joint clean. Just straight clean. You know you don't get that joint till damn near the end of the game, Slim.
You need to get that camera on the game and take some screenshots of that one.
Yeah, yes. Listen, first of all, I don't think we could have any music that is like late 90s hip-hop for this game. I feel like Miles would respect it. Maybe if his like uncle was listening to it or something, you know what I'm saying, in the background or something like that, it would work. But so I'm not done, but I'll get done, and I'll give you a full report. Jokes.
Yo,
you finished the raid, right?
I sure did.
Is this the best Destiny raid ever?
I don't know about that. Now, I will tell you, as much as there's there's mechanics in this game, it's not as mechanic heavy as, say, like something like the Taken King. Like, it literally took us...
Is it better than Vault of Glass?
I think I still like Vault of Glass more. Like, this one was okay. It was solid. But I think I prefer Vault of Glass or the Taken King raid more. Like, this one... Now, granted, shout out to Mitch, who took me through that. Guys were awesome. Him and his clan. It was. I'm gonna be honest with you. The joke was smooth. Like,
Okay.
obviously, going into it blind. Oh yeah, you're gonna have some issues. But once you figure out certain things that have to be done inside of the raid, the joke is smooth sailing. Like, it only took us like, I would say, about an hour and 45 minutes to go through. It was only one part that I got to that I had a little issue with. But once it was like, oh, just do this and then do that, fixed it and we was on to it.
Okay.
But
How long did it take? How long did it take y'all to complete it?
about an hour 45,
That's not bad.
and that was
Especially because
and
you
that was
and another
picking
guy
up.
that was they were pulling you and another guy through right for your first time.
Yeah, it was two of us that ended up taking through it. It seemed, I'm gonna be honest with you, it seemed like whoever the other person was, I think had already either had jumped in and done the raid before, or they did it, but they did one side of certain mechanics, but this time through they did the other side of the mechanics because they kind of had an idea already of what was going on in there for it.
Got it.
But yeah, Joan was solid. I would say this is probably one of the, once you know how to do it, one of the easier ones. Like, I know when we tried to do what was that one? I forget the one. The very first one of Destiny 2, and we was trying to go through it. We was having some
Dude's Palace or whatever,
some-
and you gotta shoot in chains
some
and jump from thing to thing. Yeah, I don't
comes
like none of that
nowhere close to all those extras. Now, don't get me wrong.
Okay.
Maybe when they decide to break out the legendary or whatever mode they're going to call the harder version of it, it probably is going to be something serious. But otherwise, I enjoyed that run through, and I'm definitely looking forward to doing it a second time, and a third time, and a fourth. I need all the armor pieces. Gage, you would be happy. I got the first weapon I got was the shotgun, and that jump hits that raid shotgun.
Does it really?
That raid shotgun,
Does it really?
you know me. I normally don't run with shotguns, but when
No.
I got it, I put it on because it boosted my light. It went like an extra 10 levels up. I was like, let me go ahead and run with this for a minute. Yeah, that shotgun is solid.
Nice.
Let me tell you something. Is it solid enough that I should jump back in and play it?
I think you would enjoy this one just for the sheer fact there's not. If you have, like, say if we have two people that fully know all the mechanics and everything, you won't necessarily have to worry about doing so much extra other than going in, killing stronger waves of enemies, unless you truly want to learn all the mechanics just to have them down. This is one that you can,
I don't care.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can really just get in and kind of just enjoy the way through. Two
I
people
think
can
Rod chiming in
Yeah.
with the Leviathan raid was
That
what
was
that
the
was,
one.
and that junk was garbage.
Oh Lord, I hate
Hey,
that.
bro, do you remember like the work we did to get that daggone Rat King?
Dog!
Yes.
Damn. Man, whatever, dog.
And then that joint didn't really help when we took that joint into the raid.
Everybody has to use it though.
Yeah,
Like,
everybody's got to have for it to do its thing or whatever.
yeah, that joint is. Yeah. All right. So now that you've done it, is there any reason to keep playing, other than you want the other stuff that you get out of the?
I want my
How many?
light level.
How much do you have left to get out of doing the raid?
Essentially there's a piece of armor, so I got the helmet and I got the boots. So I would need to go through at least probably like another 2 times. Like, I'm only running on the one character right now. Eventually maybe
I mean, they're not like legendary, right? I mean,
they're legendary. No, the raid stuff is all legendary.
So why do you care? You can't wear it all.
No, you can wear it all. All the legendary
Legendary, you
you can wear it
can, not exotic.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Exotic,
Not
yeah.
legendary.
Exotic you can
Exotic,
wear.
joint.
Yeah.
They're not exotic. They're
all.
legendary.
Yeah, all legendary.
Okay.
So this is the actual full on. So you have the matching pieces.
Yeah.
You get the certain.
Is there
boots.
something exotic you can get out of it? What's the exotic? Is there a weapon?
I feel like there's one. I didn't specifically look at the weapon. I know there is one that you can get, but I don't know if it's necessarily raid tied. They have ones that you can typically get out of certain chests that you can open up in there for, but I don't know specifically which one it is.
Maybe. Maybe, dog. Because I'm going to tell you what. With Cyberpunk dropping and the new heist dropping, I don't know if I'm going to have time for anything.
Feel you.
Anything else.
Feel you.
Yeah. I just started playing
I feel like
Control.
Cyberpunk is going to eat life.
Yeah, I just started playing Control because it got put in Game Pass. And if I don't get through that before Cyberpunk come out, that don't probably just end
You're
up
not.
sitting there.
You're not. You're not
Yeah,
gonna finish it before that. You're
I
not.
downloaded it, but I was like, I'm not touching that. I
You're
want
not.
to jump into something
It's too
similar
much
right
going
now.
on in that joint. Like you can't. I mean, I suppose you could if you really wanted to
Just
just
burn
try
through
to.
it.
Yeah, but you're
Yeah,
not.
nah, I don't want to do that.
You're not. Yeah. Look, I'm not. I don't know, man. I can't figure out how I feel about Destiny. I don't. Again,
I
one
think
of those things where,
1220.
like, just like we were talking about
Yeah.
earlier, like I don't mind getting in and running with y'all. Like, I have a good time when I'm in there. You know what I'm saying, with y'all. But I'm not like sick enough that I'm gonna go in there by myself. You know what I'm saying? Run around like y'all are doing. Like, oh, let me go do my dailies and just run in there and jump in. Like, I'm way past that. I'm not doing that anymore. They just can't. They don't. They haven't earned that back from me. So, um,
I'm getting that jokes. I'm
yeah.
1220.
Yeah, I'm 12.
So I'm up to 1220.
Like
I'm getting there.
1240 something right now. So, yeah, I'm just trying to get as many of the pinnacle weapons from the dailies and all of that, and then go back into the raid and get those. Like I will tell you this,
Check my stuff.
because
Tell me.
when I started watching the raid before I was watching a few people play the beginning, try to figure out the whole raid. In the beginning, you have to get on your sparrows, and you pretty much have to go through like this cold, barren wasteland. And there's a buff you get as you do it, and it's pretty much it's frostbite. And if you stay out in the buff too long, you're gonna die of frostbite.
Right. I saw that. Yeah.
But I take it this is a glitch. If when you start right before you get ready to get on the sparrow to go off into the abyss, if you actually put your sparrow, shout out to Mitch, if you put your sparrow right on the outside of the bubble of where you're like protected at, leave it on the outside and you come back on the inside and then get on your sparrow, you get the buff that keeps you safe the whole way through. Yes. And
that's
Okay.
I feel like that is a glitch. Because the thing is, there's places that you can go within like almost like a maze puzzle that you can stop at that warms you up so it gets rid of the buff. So it wouldn't surprise me before it's too long if that's patched. But that makes it so much easier to get through the beginning part. Because like say for example, if you're trying to help someone pull through there, you're not necessarily having to go to the other place to stop, get your buff down, let's go it again. You can just go straight on through it.
All right, I guess I better try to get to the point where I can do the raid before they get rid of that, huh? before they patch that. is that where we are, y'all? I need to do that joint before that. Hey, look, man. Hey, listen. Let me tell you something, Greg. I think Cyberpunk is going to be incredible. I think Cyberpunk has potential to be next year's game of the year.
Yep.
Coming out right now for a couple of reasons. One, it's going to miss the cutoff of the Game Awards, which we were getting ready to talk about. Game Awards is next Thursday. Our show is going to actually coincide it's going to run at the same time as the Game Awards. I think is going to be on, which whatever. But I think Cyberpunk, just on the strength of CD Projekt Red's, just their pedigree, considering that the game is going to drop, the actual upgraded PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series version doesn't come out until next year. And that it's going to have its own, they're almost considering it standalone multiplayer. That's not coming out until next year. I think it'll still be front of people's mind. I think they're going to spend 120 hours or more in it. I think it's going to have enough that's going to make people go back. And the same way people are still talking about Witcher 3 to this day,
this is going to be someone like that.
Yeah. I think this is going to be like that. So I think Cyberpunk is going to be the game to have had this year. And right now, I think everybody is rushing to finish what they have now so they can get that.
To get to that, because once
just
you
kind of know because it's going to suck up so much of their time.
Get everything else out the way and push to the side.
So look, I wanted to talk a minute about the push that Microsoft is making with Game Pass. We talk about Game Pass a lot, but I want to talk about just December, just this month alone. So they just did an article like day before or so, and We already know that Control is out already. Haven came out.
Mm-hmm.
Call of the Sea is out now. Dragon Quest 11. That's like 120 hours by itself. It is the definitive edition. It is the upgraded edition that actually had up to this point only really been available, I think, on Switch.
On the Switch, yeah, I got it on the Switch.
But like, just those games alone. But I'm gonna run down this list real quick of all of this stuff that's coming. And again, it's get your first 3 months for $1 right now with Game Pass.
They want you in the ecosystem
for sure. So Control, Doom Eternal, Haven, Rage 2, Slime Rancher, Valhalla A, which is VA-11 Hall-A.
Okay. Listen,
it sounds dumb. I've been hearing incredible things about it. Here's the thing. It's in Game Pass. I'm just going to download it and try it. Why not? That joint is called Valhalla, a cyberpunk bartender action. That's what it's called. I've heard great things about it. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to try it. Yes, Your Grace. Dragon Quest 9S, Echoes of an Elusive Age, Definitive Edition. These are all... That comes out tomorrow. Everything else that I have already announced came out today. Call of the Sea, I have because I actually That's another one of the things that's dope about Game Pass. Like, they'll put stuff in there and they'll let you pre-download it ahead of time.
Yeah.
So Call of the Sea doesn't come out till December 8th. Monster Sanctuary, Starbound, Unto the End, Assetto Corsa, which I've heard great things as far as a racing game. Hey, listen, I think you're probably right about that, Rod. We don't know exactly what the multiplayer is going to be for Cyberpunk just yet, but yeah, I do think that Cyberpunk is probably going to be the best single player experience.
Oh yeah,
for quite some time.
Yeah.
Gang Beasts, Greedfall, Super Hot, Mind Control Delete, Ascent. Talk to these folks about Super Hot for me, dog.
Hey, look, I wanted to hate on that game so bad for whatever reason. I didn't like the way it looked or anything. But I tried it on the strength of you putting the press on me. I went ahead and tried it. I was like, okay, once I got what it was, like, okay, this is kind of tough. But then when I went and did it in VR, that is a whole different animal. That thing is so clean, keep you on your edge. Like, before you realize it, you'll try it, you'll mess it up, and like, hold up, nah, run it back. We'll try it again. Okay, dude comes from here, grab the gun, boom, boom, throw it in the stuff. Dude, another dude came behind the corner, didn't see him. Nah, run it back. I got to do that again. All right. and next thing you know, you just non-stop going. That VR will have you putting in work, sweating, rolling around on the ground, trying everything. Like, it's...
Hey, Slim, you rolled around on the ground?
Hey, sometimes you got to get low. You got to get low sometimes. It gets serious. Super hot.
We need footage. That's going on TikTok. Look, Perp, you're right. Multiplayer co-op on Cyberpunk will be fine. Here's what I have. Here's what the rumors are right now about the Cyberpunk multiplayer is that it's going to be almost Baldur's Gate like. Like, you'll have your own characters. You're going through missions and you can complete them together, almost like a top-down PC role-playing RPG style joint. So I don't know. That joint could be fire. Ukulele and the Impossible Lair, which was the side-scrolling joint that they did. I mean, it's like a 2.5D. All of that is just in the next 2 weeks. That's this week and next week. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just kind of crazy. That in and of itself would be enough. Like, if you have Game Pass right now, if you bought a system, even if it's I don't care if it's an Xbox One S or X, as opposed to a series, and you give somebody Game Pass, they got so much to play. So much to play. That runs the gamut of different types of games.
You know, I told you, my brother just got his Series X, and he hasn't been gaming in like 10 years. And so I've been telling about Game Pass. I had a 3-month card lying around. I was like, hey, go ahead and take it, have fun. Just go experience Game Pass. And he in there and he got such and such in here. Oh, they got such and such. And he just download.
I don't know what to do. Hard drive.
Yeah, man.
Look, all the way
having a blast.
Especially considering that EA is now a part of it. If you know what I mean, if you're Game Pass Ultimate, that joint dumped so many games, and it's stuff that like you don't think about the kind of the addictive like Bejeweled is there now. You know what I'm saying? Just in Game Pass, which almost is like it just like should probably be there. You know what I'm saying? It should be that way. I don't know, man. It's a lot of it's just there's something about the direction that they're going with that I feel like is super important. And with them already talking about, you know, moving Game Pass to TVs within the next 12 months. The idea of having a library like that and only needing a controller and maybe a stick to plug into the back of it is kind of an incredible thing. Now, I don't know if you guys saw. Did you guys see the information about the PlayStation 5 patent?
Nah.
No.
Oh. So check this out. So a new patent hit for PlayStation. That I'm gonna pull it up because I looked at it on I don't know if they're gonna. You know, here's the thing: they might be getting ready to leave PSVR behind completely. They may not even be doing a PSVR 2. I have a feeling that that's a real thing because I don't think that it panned out the way they really wanted it to. But basically, in February of this year, they filed this patent. The thing about it is, on top of the additional power that they're talking about it having, this joint is supposed to have 2 graphics cards. 2.
Wait, what?
2, dog. Like, it's supposed to be stupid. So right now, what the rumor mill is that basically they're working on the PlayStation 5 Pro, and that this is going to be the PlayStation 5 Pro. And part of what the patent speaks to is cloud gaming. That there's certain portions of it that are specifically built to cloud gaming, which a lot of people are speculating means that yes, there's going to be a PS5 Pro discless version that may be doing some you know cloud stuff too. It's crazy interesting to see. Look, man, it's not like we didn't know that they're already going to be working on new consoles. You know what I'm saying? A second graphics card though, bruh.
That's ridiculous.
That's crazy. That's nuts.
If you talk to almost anybody who builds PCs, they'll tell you that the idea of having 2 graphics cards is almost pointless. So a lot of people can't figure out exactly why they would be doing, like what they would actually gain by having 2 graphics cards, or what tech it is that they're using, because generally anything that you have that's in a system can only talk to one graphics card or the other. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't, the way that they generally work as far as providing power from a graphic standpoint doesn't really work that way. Like, they still have to draw, but unless they found a way to make it do something like one graphics card is just dealing with like background stuff or preload stuff or something like that, and the other one is dealing with like what's right in front of you or something like that, in combination with how they work with the SSD, like that joint could be
crazy,
incredible.
How much that joint gonna cost, dog?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, 2 graphics cards?
Maybe.
Oh yeah, that joint gonna be a slam $800 to $900.
Maybe some type of like double monitor setup. I don't know. Maybe they didn't figure it out to do. I don't know. They know gamers use double monitors, especially like streaming and things like that. So maybe incorporating something like that with having the 2 video cards in the box. That definitely is interesting though.
Like, I don't know. Like, imagine for a second that they're talking about doing something like this. Is what I think. Give me a second. I need to address what Rod said. Listen, Jedi Fallen Order on PC already and being able to jump back in and play it on the big screen off the Xbox for free because that joint is part of Game Pass now is the way to do it. That's the way to do it.
Yep.
Real talk. Here's what I think. I think there's a possibility the 2 graphics card plus the cloud thing, that they're going to have something that allows you to hook something up to another TV in the house, and that second graphics card will let somebody else play on a second TV at the same time.
Interesting.
That's where I'm at. That you're basically, it is using the cloud, but it's using that second graphics card so that you basically can, like right now, one of the best things about the PS5 right now, I don't know if a lot of people realize this, but there's an app on the PlayStation 4 that is called the PS5 app.
Mm-hmm.
And what it lets you do is basically mirror your PlayStation 5 to your PlayStation 4. So if you have a PS5 in one room and you moved your PS4 to another room, you can still access and play your PS5 stuff by basically mirroring it on your PlayStation 4, which I think is dope. Which is, again, Sony has had some of the best ideas when it comes to, like, they don't always pan out. Like the PlayStation Vita TV was dope if for no other reason that it could do that same thing for a PlayStation 4, that you could take it and put it in another room and basically, could use it so you could play your games on a TV in another room. The concept is the same. So now think about them having something like that. Them having their own adapter or something that you plug into the TV that like maybe reads the controller or something like that and allows you to play co-op, maybe couch co-op or something like that. But even if you're in two different rooms, or maybe even access two separate games, or you have one PlayStation 5, but you have two separate PlayStation Network accounts and both want to be able to play, you know what I mean, at the same time. And instead of you having to spend money for two systems, you're probably going to be pretty close to spending the money for two systems with two graphics cards in it.
Saving a couple bucks.
You know what I mean? It's just, that's the thing that makes the most sense to me, just based on what it is and what I know about how things work right now. That's the thing that makes the most sense to me. So that's actually what I enjoy some speculation, man. I love a conspiracy theory. I'm all about it all day. So that's just something to keep our eyes on. I want to touch base on one other thing. I mean, we talked earlier about season pass and stuff. Did y'all see the Sea of Thieves was getting a battle pass? Do either of you care?
Not really.
I wanted to know what was in it, but every time I tried to bring up the article, it kept giving me an error message, so I couldn't necessarily read it.
I'll tell you. Want me to tell you? I'll tell you.
Yeah, actually.
Sea of Thieves will introduce a seasonal progression system in January 2021 alongside a battle pass with free and premium options. This is coming from IGN. Announced as part of the final Sea of Thieves news for 2020, Rare will be moving away from the game's consistent monthly update model. The season system will replace this, bringing players new content every 3 months with a new way of play, in quotes, introduced in every season, starting with Season 1 in January 2021. Each season will feature regular and featured live events, as well as new rewards for pirate outlaws to uncover. You'll progress through 100 levels of pirate renown in each session, which is just like how battle passes seem to work on everything else. Unlocking new rewards for your pirate character and their ship. This will be separate from the existing progression system, which sees you ranking up companies by engaging with certain pockets of gameplay. Players who have achieved the coveted title of Pirate Legend will also be receiving specialized exclusive rewards as part of the new progression system. An optional premium tier of the Battle Pass called the Plunder Pass will be available, offering even more unique rewards and exclusive items from the Pirate Emporium. So as part of the January 2021 overhaul, Merchant Alliance players will be pleased to hear that Sea of Thieves will introduce a new voyage experience tied to the company, where crews must use their detective skills to find lost shipments and shipwrecks. I mean, listen, it's been a while since we jumped back in the Sea of Thieves. We probably owe it.
I think so. They've done so much to it over the time, like adding so the board feels more, I don't know, kind of filled out or something like that. So, time to give it a shot.
I feel like I'm gonna feel lost.
Oh, that's a definite.
We all be.
I saw that there was that they were talking about doing private servers.
Okay.
That's what I was wondering if that was a part of all this too coming.
Apparently not. But private servers would be the move, I think, for that game. I just don't want to deal with other people in that game. Though it appears to not be as bad as it used to be. Like, people seem to be pretty helpful and so forth, but
probably because there's now more things to do than just that.
Then just go pick with each other.
Yeah.
So we'll see, man. Yeah, man, it's a lot of passes. It's a lot. Like, everything is a subscription now.
Hey, subscription is the way that they
everything
work.
is a subscription now. Y'all see the thing I dropped in Teams today? Is another subscription service coming?
Yeah, I saw that.
Them joints is not going away, man.
Nope.
We definitely going to talk about this HBO Max thing next week on Weekly with all the movies. I swear I called it. All the movies coming to streaming day one. I called that joint years ago. years
Started
ago.
happening.
It was bound to happen. It's like,
Yeah.
COVID is
Pan- yeah,
COVID is
exactly.
hard.
Pandemic said, "Hey, you gotta make that move."
Yeah. Okay, so one last thing before we get out of here. I want to talk to y'all for a moment about a game called Fights in Tight Spaces.
Oh, you finally pulled the trigger on it.
fights, tight.
They got a demo.
Okay.
Now listen, the demo's only 2 hours.
It's not
Okay.
bad.
Let me tell you something though. The concept is so clean. It does need work. It needs some work. And you know what? I'm gonna buy the joint anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and buy the joint. I'm gonna drop the 20. I'm gonna go ahead and buy the joint. But the concept is that all right, if you play super hot, think super hot, but in third person, in close quarters, and you basically have cards that you can play that decide what your character does. So think like it's almost like they took the idea of the fight scene in Winter Soldier. Is that Winter Soldier? Yeah, in Winter Soldier. Or was that Civil War?
You talking? Which one are you talking about?
The elevator?
The elevator.
Oh, the elevator.
There was a Winter
Winter
Soldier.
Soldier.
Think that. Fights in tight spaces. You are just super enclosed and trying not to let anybody get you before you get them. The concept is clean. I'm gonna say I recommend. I don't know if the joint is on PlayStation or whatever. It's on Xbox. If you look up Fights in Tight Spaces, again, there's a demo that's available for it. I just recommend going and doing it. It's in game preview right now, which basically means they're still working on the game and you can get in early before it becomes a full game and you got to pay full price and blah, 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 whatever. But, and I don't do a lot of that. I don't generally do a lot of game preview stuff. But the concept of it just seems so cool that it had me. And the fact that they had me and Sin talked about it and I've been kind of fighting back and forth about whether or not I wanted to spend $20 for it or whatever. And then when I saw that it had a demo, I didn't know the demo was only 2 hours, but as soon as you start, it's going to tell you only have 2 hours left, which I don't know. I don't like the way that joint said it to me. It just kind of made me feel like,
I get that.
You gonna
What
take
you
these?
mean?
You gonna
Tell
take
me how
these
long I
2
gotta play.
hours?
Fights in tight spaces. I just want to say, look into that. Look for us to talk about the Game Awards. Not necessarily what happened, because that will be happening as we probably do the show. But like what we think is gonna happen.
You know,
I know right now there's a lot of speculation about what Nintendo is gonna reveal, because they always reveal something at the Game Awards. So there's a lot of rumors flying about that right now. I'm not even gonna try to get into it because Nintendo hasn't really done much of anything this year that's got me like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But they're killing it. They're killing it. Like there's no two ways about it. Like Switch is killing it. And, you know, it just, but nothing for me that's like, oh yeah, let's go. Gotta have one. Yeah, it's not my thing.
Yeah.
So we are preparing to do our top 10 movies of 2020 in the coming weeks. Why are you laughing?
That's gonna be funny.
Why? Because there just wasn't that many movies to choose from.
He probably saying that because Coop gonna be on.
No, it's just usually the way this goes with me. I've usually only watched like literally 10 movies from that year, so all of them on the list, and just the spectrum of them, y'all always have a blast and laughing at. So
yeah, but you've been watching movies just so that you have movies to
trying to bump up that number to get to 10.
We're also prepping our top 10 movies of the last decade, 2011 to 2020. That's going to be some work, but it's going to be good. That's going to be episodic. So we're going to pre-record those and drop those. I'm working on getting a special guest for cutscenes for next week. Spoke with her a couple days ago. She was like, yeah, let's do it. And then today she was like, can't do it Thursday. Do it Wednesday. And I was like, I don't think we can do it Wednesday. So we may have to work something out and possibly pre-record it and just drop it in there and just kind of have a conversation or whatever that we may have to just run during the show next week, which we'll see. We'll figure it out. We'll talk about that and we'll get that squared away. But y'all look for that. to be coming. We're gonna get ready to play some Grand. I mean, some of us are getting ready to play Grand Theft.
Mhm.
What you getting ready to do, Jokes?
I think I'm actually going to jump into Watch Dogs and play a little bit.
Hey, dog, listen. I think they
Oh.
fixed. There was
No,
a
they
3
didn't.
patch.
No, they
Huh?
didn't. No, they didn't.
You lost your joint.
Yep.
Did you do the update?
I got the update after. No. I got it before. I got it before I started playing it. It was a
The 3 gig
2.7
update?
gig thing.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, I got it. And then I went
haven't
through to the same play I did last time, cut it out, backed out, went and played some Destiny for a little bit, came back, said my character had to go restart DedSec. I was like, nope, cut this off.
Oh, that's
Cut
part of
this
the reason
off.
why I didn't bother to jump into it because if that would have happened to me, I'd have been done. Like,
I was mad at some people I was ready to recruit too.
ooh.
Yep.
Sorry, buddy.
So
I guess you got that because you managed to get through on Avengers, even though you almost thought that one was gonna get lost.
no, but it's only tied to the Series X, which means if I'm going to play it, I got to play it on the One X.
Oh, so you can. Oh, so you can, okay.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. Even though.
Yeah. So
Can't
I
take
mean, I was doing it
it.
because me and Bean talked about it. Me and Gage talked about it to test it, So when I came back and saw that happen, I was like, well, screw this.
Don't
If I
need-
played it, it'd be
don't
on
bother.
another box. Yeah.
I'm not giving them that satisfaction. I'm gonna fight with them. Fix my joint. Fix my joint. I paid for it. Fix my joint
Mm-hmm.
and give me something.
Give me the
I'm
money
probably going
back.
to touch it for now then until they get that fixed.
We know that's not gonna happen.
I sure do.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
No.
Cuddy, what you talking about? 3 cars left in what? Oh, Cuddy.
Why you just follow a YouTube video?
Yeah,
That's what we all did.
dog. Yeah, bruh.
Because you got to
That's
go to all them places again.
If you watch a video for real, if you just watch a video, you'll probably remember where you already been. Like when you see a spot you haven't been to, you'll probably know you could jump in and do that jump.
I'd already collected 2 when I started mine. I was like, it's only 2. Just go through the motions. Fly to the place, come back. Yeah. Ugh.
I still gotta find the rest of them signal jammers. We got work to do. Anyway, listen. Time to wrap up. Greatly appreciate all y'all tuning in tonight, hanging out with us,
100.
being in the chat, chatting with us. Y'all our favorites. Saying you got a job to do. Please,
Yes,
sir, if you would.
Let's shout out our top tier patrons, starting with Anthony Cunningham, Marcus Houston, Susan Dortch, Tyrone Carson. Thank you all very much. We truly, truly appreciate it.
Yeah, I get to shoot him a Gavin. Jokes.
Yes, sir.
You got a job to do.
I
Would you
sure do.
please do that? Check this out. Next week, when we do weekly, if you're watching and you have a business, you do artwork, you do whatever, we're gonna designate a small portion of the show for people to drop links in the chat, so that hopefully people can try to jump and find and so forth. We may have to copy and paste those links so that everybody can get them, because I know everybody can't see everybody's links if they're not all in the same chat.
Yeah.
Because we tend to have people in Twitch and people on Facebook and people on YouTube and Twitter. So definitely gonna do that. Would like for y'all to do me a favor and hit the link that Jokes put in there. That is the link to our link tree. Listen, we have a philosophy around here that it is important for us to be wherever you are. So rather than trying to get everybody go subscribe to YouTube and everybody, whatever, we want to be wherever you're the most comfortable, wherever you enjoy it. But if you enjoy what we're doing, we would greatly appreciate it if you would hit that link and go to those. Did you put our TikTok in there? Did you add that?
I gotta add that now. I gotta
Slipping.
add that. I'm slipping.
Slipping.
Hey, we didn't think we were gonna ever do this.
I'm
First
getting
the
cussed out
audio-
on TikTok right now, and nobody knows it. Man, a lot of people know it, bruh. A lot of people know it. So yeah, we would greatly appreciate it if you would go to the other places where we have set ourselves up a shop and just follow us there. Just give us a like or a follow. If it's something like YouTube, then subscribe and hit the bell and all that kind of good stuff. Even if you never go back there, just kind of helping us get that growth is important for us. We would greatly appreciate it. For those of you who can, supporting us on Patreon is really one of the best ways to do it. You could do it for as little as $1 a month, but you know, it could be as much as 15. I'm milling some things around and some ideas for some additional content and possibly another tier up. We'll see about that. We have some things to discuss coming, you know, with the end of the year and some of the work that we're doing and are going to be putting forth. But it's hard and it's going to continue to be hard without there being conventions and stuff like that. Y'all know that we try to travel and hit all that kind of stuff, and that just doesn't exist. So we got to find some other ways to make some things happen. So, having said that, greatly appreciate all y'all. We have to go rob a casino.
Yes.
A couple of times. Ain't that right, Cuddy? Ain't that right, Ty? We about to go make that happen. We appreciate y'all tuning in. With that, we're out. Toodles and loos. What it do, snackers and snackettes? Did you like what you just saw? Would you like to help us grow? Here's what you can do. Shoot over to patreon.com/loading snacks. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on your favorite platform of choice. Appreciate you.